We're very privileged to announce a collaboration with the Audubon Nature Institute to help restore and recover the whooping crane. Dow has a very strong commitment to protecting the planet, and this is a very tangible way for the people of this region, our St. Charles operations, to get directly involved and help restore this endangered species.
Today, we are making a beautiful connection between science and innovation and the needs of a local environment, particularly in southeast Louisiana. Dow's support of the whooping crane recovery program and the research that is being done by the Audubon Nature Institute, I think is a great example of how Louisianians and people of our region care and are interested in the long-term sustainability of our environment. We are the best caretakers of the wetlands, the swamps, and the wildlife that live there. So this announcement today is Dow stepping up to the plate and working with a well-respected organization such as Audubon to do just that, to take care of our wetlands, take care of the wildlife that live there.
It sends a very strong message of Dow wanting to collaborate and work with partners to make a big difference. Sustainability requires everybody coming to the table together to solve the big challenges, and protecting and restoring and recovering the whooping crane is a significant challenge, and we're pleased to be part of it.
Whooping crane is the most endangered crane in the world now, and we've been working with cranes, and we're doing artificial insemination and freezing and just anything at all to assist their reproduction so that we can increase their numbers. There's only 570 of them in the world now, and 400 are in the wild. So the ones that we have in captivity, we want to work with and be able to produce more chicks. We're going to lose this species if we don't do something to assist it. And over the years, it's been dropping in number, and so now we have the opportunity to turn that around and try to prevent the species from going extinct. The whooping cranes that we plan to introduce into Louisiana may come as soon as next week. And they're going to be introduced over at White Lake in southwestern Louisiana. So it'll be what we call a soft release, where they'll be put in pens, and eventually the top will be taken off the pens, and hopefully some of the wild birds may come in and try to teach these birds that the wild's okay. Well, here at the Audubon Zoo, which is part of the Audubon Institute, the visitor can come and see this beautiful exhibit and can appreciate how pretty these birds really are. Now, the Audubon Center for Research of Endangered Species is a facility that's 1,200 acres, about 45 minutes from here, and it's not open to the public. And there we have 11 of these birds, which we have paired up, and we're trying to reproduce away from the public so that they're not disturbed in any way. Because cranes are very sensitive, and if you hassle them too much or there's too many people around, they just won't mate. So what we're trying to do is keep them off exhibit, away from the public, and hopefully raise a lot of chicks.
We have an obligation as human beings, as the people who inhabit this planet, to take care of the world around us. If we don't step forward to do something positive, there is nobody else. And so by coming here today, by taking the resources of Dow and Dow's people, we have an opportunity to give back, and fulfilling that obligation is very important.
A lot has happened over the years, and we're excited about the changes. We're excited about this new exhibit, but we're most excited about Dow working with Audubon in saving the species for the next generation. It's a big deal. And the leadership came together. We looked at projects they wanted to do, and they were adamant that they wanted to make a difference in nature, make a difference in this program. The crane is still the most endangered bird in the world, the whooping crane. It's one of the most endangered, most important animals anywhere. So it's a big, big deal what we're doing today. So we're excited about the program. The leader of our research is Dr. Betsy Dresser from our Species Survival Center. I wanted Betsy to come up and say a few words about the program. So, Dr. Dresser.
Thanks, Ron. What a really great opportunity to save an endangered species. And I have to follow Ron with 2 males. That's why we do assisted reproduction now. That's why Ron brought this reason. You know, there's only 570 of these birds in the world. That's how endangered they are. There's 400 in the wild. So it's a really endangered species, and like Ron said, this is really, really a big deal. We really appreciate our partners in this. You know, Dow Chemical has really given us a great opportunity, and also I want to acknowledge the Louisiana Department of Wildlife and Fisheries and the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service and the International Crane Foundation, because all of those are partners that are pulling this together to really make this work. And now here in New Orleans, we've got the greatest opportunity, thanks to Dow, to be able to continue reproducing these birds. This pair that's here is a pair for exhibit so the public can appreciate the birds. Out at our research center, we have 11 more birds, and those are the ones that we're working with to try to produce the chicks. You know, we started this program by working with Mississippi Sandhill Cranes, and that's a really successful program. We've released almost 200 birds now using artificial insemination and cryopreservation in order to save that species. And I want to acknowledge Megan Savoy. Raise your hand, Megan. Megan is our crane program coordinator. And without Megan, we would not have this program. And Megan is the one, too, leading our reproduction with our whoopers. So I just want to say thanks to her. And now, because we've developed the protocol with the Mississippi Sandhill Cranes, we have an opportunity to do the same with the whooping cranes. So I think this really is a great day. And again, I want to thank Dow so much, because now we're looking at releasing whooping cranes back into Louisiana, and next month that's going to happen. And so because of Dow's gift, we're now able to continue and will produce chicks that we'll be able to put back into Louisiana. So that's a really big step forward. So I thank you all personally, and I'm going to turn it back to Ron for a second, because we're going to dedicate the plaque here for all that you've done for us. Ron?
Thank you. Okay, a few people I do want to recognize. Before we get to all the Dow leadership, I do want to recognize Nicole Hardin, our board member. Thank you for being here. We have the president, St. Pierre, from St. Charles Parish. Thank you for being here. Paul LeBlatt from Terrebonne Medical Center. Paul, there you go, in the background. One of our very closest legislators, Walt Lachey, hopefully potentially a future governor. I want to be one of the first to announce it. I think that's important. John Diaz, United Way. Where's John? Thank you, John. Also, a good friend, Randy Fertel. Thank you for being here. Randy, father and mom, very famous, but his dad was one of the ones that brought gorillas to the zoo for the first time. And that was kind of fun, because that was the old cage right across from here where those baby gorillas lived. And Randy's dad, Ron, came regularly and took care of those animals and brought great primates to this zoo for the first time, and it's part of our history. Let me also, before I get into some other names, announce that Neil told me earlier today that he thinks this is one of the prettiest days of the year. So he wanted to know, all the Dow employees, you can have the rest of the day off. Is that correct? Audubon employees, you do have to work. We want Neil's people to be happy, so you know we have a job to do. Let me ask Tommy Fauché, Public Affairs official, to come up, say a few words.
Good morning. You know, this is an exciting day for the Dow Chemical Company and our 6,000 employees here in Louisiana. I think today we celebrate one of those unique points in time when science and technology are matched with the innovative spirit of can-do people to do good in our world. We are honored to support the Audubon Nature Institute and the scientists who will bring the whooping cranes back. In a moment, I'm going to introduce Neil Hawkins, and he will share with you why the whooping crane recovery program fits so well with the values and the mission of the Dow Chemical Company. But I just want to give you a brief glimpse into why we think it fits so well with Dow in Louisiana. Just upriver from here, our St. Charles operations facility employs a workforce that represents every parish in southeast Louisiana. In the evenings and on the weekends, like the people you see walking in behind you, they'll visit the Audubon Zoo and they'll see the plaque that we're going to unveil here in a moment. And they're going to be very proud of Dow support of the whooping crane recovery program. And you may ask why. I think it's because as Louisianians, we know that we are the best caretakers of our environment. Only we will give it the attention that it needs and that it deserves. And when it comes to the wetlands and the wildlife that live here in southeast Louisiana, we will determine its ultimate sustainability. Far too many times, I think we are disappointed by what is lost in nature. Today, we celebrate something that is coming back, and I think it is a great example of what can be done when we all come together and work towards a common goal. So to our friends here at Audubon, who will bring the whoopers back from the brink of extinction, we wish you the best of luck in your endeavors. Know that the support of not only the Dow Chemical Company is with you, but also the grateful support of the Dow people who call Southeast Louisiana and the New Orleans region home. Now it is my pleasure to introduce Dr. Neil Hawkins. Neil is the Vice President of Sustainability and Environmental Health and Safety for the Dow Chemical Company, and he would like to make a few brief remarks. Neil?
Well, first off, I'm from Michigan, and in the last 14 days, this body has felt minus 30 degrees. So yes, I appreciate your organizing such a wonderful day for me to visit, but also for all these Dow employees to get a day off. So thank you. I'm personally passionate about the environment. It goes back to when I was a kid in high school, all the way through. I'm a trained professional in this space, and it's a great privilege and honor to be here today to participate in such a wonderful announcement. Bringing back an endangered species like the whooping crane, it's a privilege and honor for Dow Chemical to be part of that. Dow has a core value of protecting the planet, and that value is not just a bunch of words on a page. This is about who we are as a company. It's embodied in the spirit of our people. It is a core value because it comes out of our people themselves, and it cries out to all of us in the company that we want to be part of conserving the environment. A lot of people believe, and I believe it wrongly, that economic development and environmental conservation are at odds. We look at it very differently. We believe that the environment provides services to business, that business really needs the environment to succeed, and that business has a key role in helping preserve the environment. And in fact, 3 weeks ago, we announced a major global collaboration with the Nature Conservancy that will help Dow look at all of our properties and think about them in different ways so that we can contribute positively to conservation value wherever we reside throughout the world. This announcement today really comes as a, it was already in progress, so they're separate issues, but it really is a good display of the inherent value system of Dow people. We had a meeting out at the St. Charles plant this morning, and I was looking at 70 people, some of whom are here today, that are on fire for the environment, that believe this in their core. Just driving out to that plant, you drive through beautiful areas that are a key part of preserving the ecosystems. And you have partners in Dow corporately, but also in the St. Charles plant to help. We're going to bring our two biggest assets to the table to assist, and it's our people and our science. And we are very pleased, we're honored and privileged to be part of this collaboration. We look forward to going from 400 plus whooping cranes up into the thousands and beyond. And if Dow can play a small part in that, and we intend to, it is our privilege and honor to do so. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Neil. We also have a special guest joining us from the Louisiana Wildlife Federation, Ed Vermillion. You want to come say a few words about your support with the whooping crane program?
My name is Edgar Vermillion, and I am the representative to the National Wildlife Federation for the Louisiana Wildlife Federation. And the introduction of the whooping crane to Louisiana has been an initiative of both the National and Louisiana Federation for many years. And we're very pleased and thankful to Dow Chemical and the Audubon Institute for this great accomplishment to reintroduce the crane to Louisiana and its citizens. And if I may, I would also like to thank Dow Chemical. Back in the 1980s, they donated 45,000 acres to the state of Louisiana through the Atchafalaya Basin program when I was serving on the Atchafalaya Basin Commission under Governor Edwin Edwards. So we'd like to thank you again for that, and thanks for the opportunity to make these comments this morning.
Thank you for those comments, and I think again it illustrates the lifetime commitment Dow has made when you go to each project. This is today, but when you go in the past, and we're certainly looking forward to the future. We want to unveil the plaque so when visitors come to our facility, they know what you've done. We have almost 1 billion visitors. You see the kids walking around, and when they walk by, it's important they know what Dow's doing. And I'd like to invite Tommy Fushi, to come up here, Neil Hawkins, and we're going to unveil the plaque. Where is the plaque? Oh.
This is a really crucial time for this particular species, and if it is the most endangered bird in the world, or crane in the world, what we need to do is really focus on it. So this is the time.
We hear of large companies such as Dow, and we don't think about the armies, the million men who work for these companies. I'm very proud today on behalf of Dow to be here representing 6,000 employees of our company that live in Louisiana. This is their home, this is their environment, and together we will work hard to make sure that they have a great place to live and that the world around them is a good place.
I think this is a great day for Louisiana. It's an opportunity for us to put a stake in the ground that we're going to work together, business and the NGO community, the Audubon Nature Institute, to actually make a difference and save the whooping crane.